Here's another chart of it. This is the Biden administration here. You see what happened in the Trump administration, curtailed, and then this enormous continuing spike.
Those of us who have addressed challenges at the border for many, many years have seen spikes, decreases, spikes again, decreases again. It's a very dynamic situation, and it is overdue that we address the root causes of irregular migration.
Well, you're often talking about what we ought to do. I'm just asking you about the cause as you've deciphered it, and I understand. I'll take your answer that you don't agree with me.
Have you ever had a medical physical?
Congressman, I have, and that's, of course I have, and that's quite a private question to pose to me.
Do they, when you had the medical physical, I'm not talking about what they found, but did they physically get you in the office, talk to you, see what's going on, and was that effective?
Yes, sir.
Okay, why then would the leader of this country and the vice president not want to go physically, look at the border, talk to the Border Patrol agents that you say you want to try to recruit? Why, if it applies in so many other fields, why does it not apply with this? And in fact, is it fair if you had a doctor that laughed at you, as the vice president did when they asked to come to the border? Can you comment on that? Does that make sense to you?
I most certainly can. I consider that question to be quite unfair and disrespectful, and let me be very clear. The president and the vice president have requested and directed me to visit the border, which I have done on multiple occasions. And I'd like to cite to my exchange with Ranking Member Katko with respect to my work as a federal prosecutor and the direction that I provided to state and local law enforcement, to federal investigators to visit particular scenes.
Well,
they directed. I'm sorry, if I may finish.
No, I'm reclaiming my time. You made the statement. You made the statement.
I'm sorry.
I'm reclaiming my time. You made the statement that my question was unfair. I'm making the statement that your comments are just words and they're very unfair. I ask you a simple question, and I would like for you just to answer simply. Does it make sense for the leaders of the free world to go to talk to and see what's going on at the border? You didn't answer it with Mr. Katko. And all I'm saying is we don't want words. We want actions. And when you say you're trying to hire Border Patrol agents, where's the money?
We have, Congressman, the funds to hire Border Patrol agents to fill the vacancies, number one. Number two, I am the Secretary of Homeland Security, and it is my responsibility to manage the border at the direction of the president and the vice president, and I have visited the border on multiple occasions.
Have you talked to the Border Patrol agents?
Have
you talked to the Border Patrol agents?
And number three, and
have you spoken with the Border Patrol agents?
I most certainly have. I most certainly have. And number three, if I may, the vice president served as the Attorney General of a border state of California, and she is quite familiar with the situation on the border.
But she's laughing at it. She has not been there. Hey, I'm reclaiming my time, Secretary Mayorkas. I've got a limited amount of time. She's laughing at it. When you say it's an insult, it's an insult. We're claiming my time for you to say that you're looking at the border wall and looking at it. When you're not, what do you have to look at? You're not building it. When you say technology, what I've heard, how effective once the 1 million to 2 million people are in this country illegally, how effective is looking at the border wall and looking at it? When you're not, what do you have to look at? You're not building it. When you say technology, what I've heard, how effective once the 1 million to 2 million people are in this country illegally, how effective is technology going to be to root them out and to find out who they are when you don't know who's coming in the first place?
Congressman, the factual premise of your question is inaccurate.
Okay, so you just
and technology is proven to be an effective force multiplier.
How about stopping them from coming in the first place? How about knowing who's coming in the country? Is that not common sense?
It is a multi-pronged effort, and we do that as well.
Multi-pronged, wow, multi-pronged. It's like all the other words. It's basically you're not doing anything because the numbers don't lie, Secretary Mayorkas, unless you dispute the 180,000 that came last month as opposed to in the previous administration, 20,000 the same month in 2020. Now, once they're in the country, it's hard to get them back out. The Border Patrol agents we talk with, you know why they're demoralized? They're changing diapers. And you will not take the necessary steps to stop it. You can say you are, but in the 74-page budget this administration's put out, you know how many times border is mentioned? Not once. You know how many times climate is mentioned? 54 times. It's not a priority. I'm just telling you this is a crisis. I would invite you, we're going for a second time. Many have been far more. We're going for a second time. We would invite you to come talk to the agents, see the children that are put with, you got 2- and 3-year-olds.
Gentleman's time has expired.